Students, we have completed the poem Gymnastic Clock in the previous class. Now let me check how well you understood the poem. Here is a statement. Read that and answer the question which is given here. And the statement is, now don't forget your exercises. Who says these words? I know you can answer it easily. The clock says these words. Zog is asking us a question. But the clock is a non-living thing. I was told that non-living things can talk. How did the clock say these words? Zog, sometimes while speaking or writing, people make an object or an idea or an animal to do things that only humans can do. And this is known as personification. Personification. The word itself indicates here, you can see the word person in it. It means giving something the qualities of a person. Just observe the examples. Look at the picture of the sun and the sentence given here. The sun smiled down at us. Smiling, that only we can do. And here, the sun is smiling down at us. So we have made an object which is a non-living one doing the actions of human beings. And one more example you can see. The wind whispered in my ears. Can it do so? The flowers danced in the sunshine. You can also see the flowers. Can they dance? Dancing can be done by us, not by any non-living things. So, let us see the personification in poetry. In the poem, The Gymnastic Clock, the poet M.C. Davies has used personification. And the first example of this we can see in the first sentence itself. The little clock is friends with me. So, can a clock be the friend of speaker? So, here used personification. And the clock wakes up the poet every morning. Is it also be done by the clock? So he used personification here. And the clock doing exercises. And one more you can observe in the sentence. The clock and the speaker look every morning. That is also personification. Personification is often used by the writers to add a special effect to their language. It makes the writing more fun by bringing many characters to life. So, students, in the poem The Gymnastic Clock, the poet uses personification to bring the clock to life. One example of this is the clock talking. Now, why don't you collect some other examples of personification in the poem? In our first lesson itself, we came to know of fiction or non-fiction. Fiction means the stories which are based on not real or imaginary incidents or people. And non-fiction means the stories which are based on the real incidents or real people. Now, just think and tell us, if personification is used in writing, will that writing be fiction or non-fiction? Just think of the example in the poem, The Gymnastic Clock. The clock that exercises, the clock that's friend with the speaker, and the clock that wakes him up and doing exercise. Just think and tell me, if personification is used, is it a fiction or non-fiction? So, if personification is used in writing, that will be fiction, because it won't be based on real things. Now let's read a fictional story that uses personification to bring an object to life. Listen carefully to the story, and the title of the story is The Football's Big Day. The little football was excited. There was going to be a match, and everyone was going to be looking at him. He had been polished and cleaned earlier, so he knew he looked good when he came out to the field. The whistle blew, and the football felt a strong foot push him forward. He put all his energy into rolling towards the net. But another foot suddenly came in the way. Now he had to change direction and go towards the other net. There was no time to relax. Everywhere around him, feet were running fast, trying to keep up with him. The moment he stepped inside a net, everyone cheered. Smiling widely, he turned back towards the first net. The game had just begun. So, dear students, did you understand the story? Here, the football is the main character in the story. And here, the writer has mentioned the football by calling him he and giving life to the football. Like you can observe, it was so excited, and you can also observe the sentence. In the sentence, he felt very strong and he started rolling himself to the net, and he felt good. And these are all the examples you can observe in the story. The writer using personification to the non-living thing, football. Here, some writing work for you. Now that we have learned about a healthy life and know what personification is, let's use both these things to write a short story which is a fiction. Think of an object that is connected to living a healthy life. Example, an apple, a vegetable, water, cricket bat, running shoes, a book, etc. Use personification to bring this object to life. Think, what would this object do? What would it say? Write a short story where this object is the main character. It could be about the life of that object or a small event from its life. Example, if you have taken apple, you can make some sentences like, hello, I am apple, I am a fruit. If you eat me, you can be healthy and strong, and you can keep the doctor away by eating me daily. In this way, you can build up the story. Choose yourself any one of the given objects and try to build up the story. Now it's the time to write. Hope it's done. So now, my dear students, just now we have completed a poem and prose. That's the healthy life and the gymnastic clock, which are about making our life healthy by changing our lifestyle in a good way. Now, can you list out what are some things that you would want to change in your lifestyle to make it more healthy? Write them in your notebook and try to follow them. Be happy and be healthy. Thank you.